Ms. Haynes, we're recording this, so I need to make sure you speak up when you answer questions. I appreciate that. Could you state your name for the record, please?
Lindsay Ann Haynes.
Lindsay, where do you live?
I live in Seville, Florida, but I go to school in Tifton, Georgia.
Where do you go to school?
Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College.
So do you work as well, or you're just a student right now?
Yeah, I work. I'm a hostess at Applebee's in Tifton.
Okay. You're in school full-time?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
And where'd you go to high school?
Taylor Middle High School in Pearson.
I want to direct your attention now to a Halloween party or post-Halloween party that took place in November 2011. Were you living in Volusia County at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you still in high school?
Yes, ma'am.
How old were you?
I was 17.
Do you know Kelly Katz?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know Kelly?
We went to school together for as long as I can remember.
Do you consider yourself close friends? Do you stay in touch when you're away at school? Or?
We don't stay in touch anymore, but when we were in high school, we were pretty close.
Okay. In November of 2011, did you attend what was described as a post-Halloween party with Kelly Katz and another friend of yours at Travis Deane's house?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you get invited to that party?
Wade invited me.
And Wade was the other person that went with you?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old was Wade Hunter at that time?
He had just turned 21.
So he invited you to go to did he know Travis Deane? Had he been invited to the party?
Yes, ma'am.
He invited you to go. Did you know Travis Deane prior to that party?
I hadn't personally met him like face to face. I heard, like, I knew of him.
Okay. Did you all ride together to the party in one car?
Yes, ma'am.
And who drove?
Wait,
When you got to the party, what was going on? What'd you see?
there's just people outside hanging out in the garage and in the yard.
Did you see Travis Deane when you arrived?
Like when we first arrived, no, but when we walked up to the house, he said hi and introduced himself.
Were you outside in the garage? Where were you?
Like right outside the garage.
Did you see his Volusia County Sheriff's Office patrol car at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
And where was it parked?
Right on the other side of the like right in front of the garage, but on the other side of us, there was another car and then the first one.
When you arrived and you got introduced to Travis Deane, did he take you into the house and show you around, or what did you do first, if you remember? I know it's been a little
Yeah,
while.
I think I was behind Kelly and Wade, but yeah, he just led us through the house. There's people watching TV, and then walked into the kitchen.
Did he say anything to you in the kitchen?
There's pizza and cookies and desserts and stuff, and he just said pretty much help yourself, like anything you want.
Did he say anything at that time about Jello shots in the refrigerator, if you remember?
I think he opened the fridge and just like showed us there was Jello shots in the fridge.
And did you know what a Jello shot was at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you know that it had alcohol in it, that they normally have alcohol
Yes.
in it? Okay. So was there alcohol at the party other than the Jello shots?
There's a beer on tap in the garage.
Did Travis Deane ever ask you how old you were?
No, ma'am.
Was the alcohol that in the keg, could anybody take it? Was readily available to anybody that wanted it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know whether he knew that you were a high school friend of Kelly's? Were you identified or introduced as a high school friend or anything?
No, I wasn't really. I was just introduced by Lindsay. Nothing, like no name or anything.
Did you have any alcohol at the party?
Did I have? Yes, ma'am.
What did you have?
I had about like a half of the Jello shot and a sip of what was on tap.
How did you get those two things to drink?
The Jello shot was kind of passed to me. A bunch of us were in the kitchen. They were passing them around, and I just got one. And then the beer was passed to me, like he poured it, and then I got it like from Wade, like it was passed around in the cup, and I just took a sip of it.
And when you say he poured it, are you talking about Travis Deane?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you physically see him or actually see him
Yes, ma'am.
put the beer into the cup? And what did he do when he put the beer in the cup? Who did he give it to first?
I think it was I don't really remember. I think it was either Kelly or Wade. Like it wasn't. I know that I didn't grab it at first.
Okay, so he didn't hand it to you, but you're
No.
not sure who he handed it to. Okay. Did you see? So did he see you take a sip of the beer? Did Travis Deane see you take?
Yes,
a sip?
ma'am.
And you were talking a minute ago about going into the kitchen and having the Jello shots. Was Travis Deane in the kitchen at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he? Would he have been able to see you have a Jello shot? or the half a Jello shot. Was Kelly with you when you had Jello shots?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you surprised at all that a deputy sheriff would allow you to drink in his house?
A little.
And why is that?
My brother's a cop, so I was a little surprised because he's my brother and he still doesn't let me do stuff like that.
I want to ask you about the patrol car and the beer pong. The board has seen the photos and heard a little bit about that. You already told us you saw the patrol car in the driveway, and where was it parked? Garage door was open,
Yes, ma'am.
and were there other people from the party in and out of the garage when y'all were
Yes,
there?
ma'am.
Okay. Before you, did you know what beer pong was when you
Yes,
saw
ma'am.
the cups lined up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Was Travis Deane in the garage at the point where you could see the patrol car with the cups on it and beer pong?
Yes, ma'am.
And so would he have been able to see the beer pong being played on
Yes,
his
ma'am.
patrol car? Did someone take a photo of that of the car with one of your group?
I think all three of us maybe did, but I think I deleted it, like, I got a new phone, so I never had it for very long, but I think Kelly and Wade did too.
Did you think that was unusual that beer pong was being played on a police
Yeah,
car?
it's kind of like weird, kind of laughing at it, like, it's kind of weird.
Did you, in fact, make a Facebook posting about that? Do you remember that?
I don't remember it. I remember posting the picture of us, but
Let me, if I can approach this. See if this will refresh your recollection. Is that something that?
yeah,
Okay, is that your Facebook post?
yeah.
And can you read that? When did you post that?
I guess the night of the party.
Does it say on there?
Yeah, 11:19 p.m. on November 5th.
November 5th. And what did you write on there, your Facebook?
Watching a Prego Nun, a West Virginia Ninja, Marge Simpson, and terrorists play beer pong on a cop car. Highlight of my night.
And why, were there people in costume there?
Yes, ma'am.
So those, the things you just described, West Virginia.
Yeah, there was like, that's what the people were dressed up, so playing beer pong.
So it was significant enough to you that you did a Facebook post about it.
Yeah.
Did you cooperate with the Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs investigators when they contacted you?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you also cooperate with the State Attorney's Office and give testimony in the criminal trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And you told us at the beginning that you were sort of good friends with Kelly Capps. Are you good enough friends with Kelly Capps that you would lie here today for her? No.
No.
That's all I
I don't have any questions. Good morning, Ms. Haynes. How are you?
Good.
Haynes or Haynes?
Haynes.
Haynes. Now, you were invited by Travis Deane to this party, right?
No.
Okay, and when you walked into his house, were you wearing any type of item that would indicated that you were 17 years of your age or under 18? For example, a pendant from your high school, a high school jacket, anything of that nature? You weren't wearing anything on your body at all that would associate it to an average person that you were under the age of 18?
No.
Or even under the age of 21?
No.
Okay. And you didn't tell Mr. Deane your age, did you?
No.
Okay. Now, and you arrived with a person who was 21 years of age, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Was Mr. Hunter your boyfriend?
No.
Okay. Now, but you stayed with Mr. Hunter during the small amount of time you were at that party, correct?
Yes.
Which is 45 minutes to an hour?
Yes.
Okay. Now, remember your testimony where you said that Travis Deane handed your party, meaning yourself, Ms. Capps, and Mr. Hunter, a cup of beer or cider. You remember that?
Yes.
You remember that clearly?
Yes.
You remember giving a statement in the IA division, ma'am, on approximately January 5th, 2012?
Would ask that you show her the statement for proper impeachment.
Got it.
Okay.
You remember giving a statement to IA, ma'am, on January 5th, 2012?
Yeah.
I don't have many of these. Okay, great. Do you have it, ma'am?
Yes.
Great. Let me show you the statement that you provided to IA. I realize you didn't type this up yourself, but can you take a look at that and tell me if that's, to your knowledge, an accurate transcription of the testimony you gave the IA investigator, Sergeant Tatum?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me direct your attention, if I can, please, ma'am, to page... Sorry, I lost my place. Give me one moment. Okay. Page 7, please. You state, the question from Sergeant Tatum, and there are no line numbers, so I'll point to you where we're at, begins here, about a fourth of the way, halfway down the page. Okay, so who actually, did somebody hand you a cup? You answer, I think it was him. Who him were you referring to? Were you referring to Travis Deane when you said that? You see what I'm referring to?
Yeah. I guess I was referring to him.
Okay. But you said, I think it was him. You didn't say it was Travis Deane, did you?
No.
I hear you remember crystal clear clarity.
I mean, I remember that it wasn't him. I remember that I didn't get it from his hands. I remember I was in between Wade and Kelly.
Okay. Well, so you guys went to the party, you drank alcohol. Okay. He asked you, who actually, did somebody hand you a cup? And you state, I think it was him, meaning Travis Deane. So you say there that you think it was Travis Deane that handed you the cup, right?
Yes.
I'd ask you to read her entire answer to the question.
I'll be happy to. Do you remember giving that testimony?
Yes.
Now, why is your recollection so crystal clear here now about who handed you a cup versus what the IA testimony you gave more than a year ago?
I don't know, because I was a 17-year-old kid and I was pretty nervous when
Are you nervous
he was
now?
asking me. No.
Not nervous at all?
No.
Ever testified in that
I've done this
situation like this
before.
before?
I did this
Okay.
last time.
So did you tell the IA investigators you were nervous during your interview?
I was shaking. I was 17 years old. I'd never been in trouble.
Oh, you weren't in trouble then either, were you?
No, but I was pretty nervous.
Okay, so your memory there wasn't clear about who handed you the cup,
No, it
correct?
wasn't.
But now it's crystal clear.
It's not
Is that your
crystal
testimony?
clear. I didn't say I knew exactly if it was Kelly or Wade, but it was one of them.
You said in your IA interview, I think it was Travis Deane. You're saying here, you know it was Travis Deane.
Objection, he's badgering this witness. He's asked this question 3 or 4 times. She's